Hey, it's Osman with House Einstein, and I'm here in front of 2128 and 2130 11th Street for a client showing. Let's take a look.
So this location is right in the center of downtown, not even a half a block away from retail. There's a collection of cobbles going on. And some signs of deferred maintenance already from the outside. One car park for the sidewalk. And one parking spot in between the sidewalk and the street. Well, let's see if they're home and if we can get in for the showing. Before we knock on the door, we'll just take a quick look around. Again, some signs of mild deferred maintenance.
This is sort of dining area here that goes into the kitchen. Good sized kitchen.
Okay, I'll keep you out of the video. Okay.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. Do we have someone else coming?
Sorry?
You know we have someone else coming too, like after this.
Looks like cork on the floor. See where the old fireplace was removed. The old stove was removed. And this is a look at the kitchen, which is oriented to the south.
Yeah, for sure.
You can see some signs of past repairs, patching and paint. Pretty typical for a home this age. All right, should I just continue through, or do you want to? Well, I'm not sure where we went. Oh, head this way. Okay.
So yeah, full bath.
So these look like older historic windows, which, with historic windows in the city, they have to be replaced with windows that look historic with a property like this in most cases, if you decide you have to update them or want to update them in the future. Okay, we're into one of the bedrooms on the main level. And this is that shed that we saw from the street with the car parked up against it. You can't see this in the video, but the shed is definitely having a sloped floor, apparently by design. You can see that in the way the windows are cut in this space. But it is conditioned space. There is a register to it and a power outlet down there. Signs that some of the windows are probably in need of attention. But this is actually a decent sized closet off of that first bedroom.
Unit number 2 is up here. This is a back entrance, which comes off the alley, and then there's a church there.
Right.
But
Are there any units in the basement?
there's 2.
There's 2 units in the basement.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's where that kitchen is
Yep.
that you were just
Got
in.
it. That door. Yep.
So she's got like 2 interior entries here as well.
Okay. And do you know if all the units are legit conforming units? Like in other words, it's
We've got rental license for 4
licensed for
units.
every one of them. Okay, great.
And it's Smart Red compliant too.
And it met Smart Regs. Great.
Smart Red compliant, yes.
That's awesome. That helps a lot.
So this guy actually, I think might have changed his lock.
Pretty wide stairwell. This is another unit, or is this just a closet?
That goes into a different unit, yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
show that to you
All right,
as
that's
well.
fine.
That's the 2128
Okay,
unit.
got it.
This is a little studio right here.
Okay.
She's
How do
very
the
minimal.
tenants handle the is there 1 meter for electric and gas?
Yeah,
Right?
the utilities are split up by square footage, occupancy.
Oh, you guys
It's all
just
prorated.
bill the tenants?
We bill them out, yeah.
Do you have a sense of what those bills typically are for the house?
You know what, I don't, but I could easily get that
Okay.
information to you.
I mean, the investor that's interested in this is most likely going to keep it as a rental property, so the numbers
Are a pretty big deal of how it's operating.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming probably like 3 or 4% cap rate, given its location.
You're right, yeah, right, exactly. That's about where we're at.
Yep. How long has it been under your property management? Do you have income statements and
Oh,
maintenance records going back a few years?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
We've managed it since, I think early 2000, since I've been with the company, in 2002 we've been managing it, so a few years.
Okay. And the church parking lot in the back, are there parking spaces that go with this property?
So the parking actually is probably the bit of an issue, really, as far as one of the downfalls. There's not a lot of it. We don't have any parking in the church in the back there.
Okay. These windows have been replaced.
Yes, we actually had those replaced not too long ago.
Let's see, how does this come down? Do you know if the city made you put in historic looking windows when you replaced them? Or was
Well,
that-
it had to, yeah, we had to make sure it stayed consistent.
Right, with the exterior appearance. Okay. Is this the mechanical room?
That's the laundry,
Okay.
and
Okay.
so these are not owned, these are leased machines. And furnace is back here, so this furnace that's back here is actually 5 years old. Not too old. It's in good shape. But it's all there.
13 and 2012. Hot water heaters.
2 water heaters.
Okay. And this is, what year did you say, 2012 for the furnace?
It's about 5 years old.
5 years
Is
old.
when we put it in.
Did you do it to get to Smart Rigs?
No, it just needed to be done. So we got it done and we put a nice one in there.
Okay.
We did insulate the attic upstairs. That was
This
part
is
of our
just the
smart rigs.
leftover. It's not plugged into anything, is it?
No, it's not usable. It's just
It's just sitting in the dirt. This is the dirt floor. Okay. I was trying to see what I'm looking at. Okay, got it.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Did you guys get any moisture in 2013 in the flood?
No, nothing. We didn't really have any problems from the floods,
Okay.
as far as I remember. I mean, I don't think this is. We had plenty of properties got. Okay, let me see if I can.
All right, we're leaving the mechanical room again outside of Unit 3.
looks like there's some shared storage that's been built in. This is just for maintenance and supplies.
Front entrance of this unit.
Okay, sounds good.
So I can't, I'm gonna have to figure out the keys, get a key for that upstairs unit. So if you wanna come back, I can come back.
You know, I will check with him and see how serious he is after we look at the video together.
Okay.
And if he is serious, we'll almost certainly have to come back to video it.
Okay.
So on the exterior on this side, I don't see any major cracking in the brick, but it looks like the drainage might need some attention. The gutters might need some attention. So if you followed up on this, you'd want your property inspector to look closely at that. Ooh, I'm getting wet. All right. Looks like there's some evidence of the bricks being repointed. You can see a step crack there that looks like it was repaired at one point and might need to be addressed again. Again, that's probably more appropriate for an inspector than for me to comment about, but it's visible. A few more here. But overall, not bad, given the age of this home. We see a lot of historic properties, and sometimes they are in really rough shape. And the brick walls are always a good tell sign. And the slope does look like it's correct and away from the foundation. We're into the last basement unit.
This is another one bedroom. Let's not let the cat out.
Okay. Keep the cat inside. Little fridge in the entryway in the mudroom. Looks like a closet here on the
That's
left.
just hers, I believe. That's
This
just
is
extra storage or.
Okay, right, coat closet. Decent size. Shut this door. Okay. And all right, so let's just walk our way through. Little kitchen area. Ooh, sorry, cats. Trying to get under my feet, buddy. Okay, so in through the kitchen into the bathroom. Looks like LVP on the floors. Fans are running. I guess it's probably gets pretty humid in here. Big drain. Cat, you're really gonna get squished if you keep going underfoot. Looks like there might be some more closets behind that door. Okay. Tiny little European-sized stove. And into the bedroom.
That door to the left is where that laundry area was.
Okay, got it. That makes sense. So in these types of videos, you have to look past all the tenant belongings. But ceilings look like they've been patched and painted a few times, but nothing actively wrong going on. At least nothing that's obvious to me. Another closet and dresser. Okay. Alrighty. I think that should do it. So we are more or less wrapped up on the inside. We couldn't get into the upper level. The tenant changed the locks. So we're just going to walk around the exterior and take another look, see if there's anything we missed when we were walking through with the property manager. So, some signs of attention needed. One question I would want to know is if this brick work is in need of repointing. That could be a pretty substantial expense, and you absolutely would want to confirm that on your inspection or get an estimate for it is probably the right answer, because the inspector will probably punt and say maybe you should get an estimate. So having an understanding of that cost is pretty vital. We're going to step into the church parking lot, try to get a better sense of the elevation from a distance. Okay. Rainy days are good days to do this sort of thing, or snowy days, days when things are melting and dripping off, because you get a much better sense of the drainage. I'd be very interested to know what the upstairs unit looked like, given that exterior windows condition. So if our investor is seriously interested, we'll have to come back and look at that unit. So while we were in communication with a listing agent, they said, hey, we already have a video online. It's a virtual tour, but virtual tours don't show you this sort of detail. There's no way to do that unless you are actively looking for issues with the property. And this add-on that's quite sloped by design is pretty interesting. It's really just an additional living area. And it may have some storage on the underside, because there's quite a bit of space here that's underneath it, but it also looks fairly sealed off. Somebody pried that open at some point not too long ago. Certainly, any purchase price on this property has to contemplate some maintenance that's been deferred. You can see, if you look at the eaves on that shed roof, it has the additional roof there. It has quite a bit of paint and wood that looks like it's aging, and it has quite a bit of paint work that's needed. But let me just pan across to the neighbor, whose home also looks like it's historic and in pretty good shape. Actually, I think I know this property because one of my prospective clients has been renting it, this one on the corner. So I've been inside this one. They love this location. Yep, there's the California plates. So those are those clients that have moved here and are shopping for the right historic home. It's a good reminder for me to get back in touch with them. Okay, I think that's the end of this tour. We're gonna walk out through the church parking lot and maybe around the block. No, it's not open on this side, so we'll have to walk out through the alley. Ooh, nice. Oh man, okay. That was a little icy. And we're done. A little pocket view of the Flatirons in the distance. And, well, that was an interesting property. My conclusions are that it's exciting that it has a license for all the units. The location is stellar with respect to attracting tenants. The house has some signs of deferred maintenance. It's nice to see that a property manager has been involved with renting the property and keeping an eye on its maintenance. It's nice that it has a new furnace, relatively newer hot water heaters, that it's fully rented, and it also would need quite a bit of modification to turn it back into a single-family house. I think its best use is probably to keep it as a rental and gradually update it over time so that the finish qualities are nicer. Right now the finishes look like they are from 1980s or even older historic finishes that are in rough condition but functional, which might be the right play, is just to keep it in the condition it's in and just keep maintaining it as is until such time it makes sense to recapitalize the house. But the historic nature of the property adds some challenges to it. I wish we could have seen that upstairs bedroom, the 2-bedroom unit upstairs. That certainly would be very valuable and telling on the condition of the property. But that gives you a sense of what we're looking at. All right, again, this is Osman with House Einstein. Thanks for joining me.